Joining us today is Dr. Bruce Dunn, Assistant Professor of Floriculture. Well, Bruce, today we're going to look at some of the poinsettia varieties you've been working on, but I thought first a little history would be interesting. I was in Mexico about 15 years ago and was really surprised by this tree, small tree, and as I got close up I realized it was a poinsettia. It was about 8 to 10 feet tall. So I'm assuming the plant that we know today has gone through a lot of stages to get to where it is.
Yeah, most people see it's a potted plant, really short. Originally it was used as a cut flower. Okay, so the genus, or the Latin name for poinsettia is Euphorbia pulcherrima. Euphorbia was named after a Greek physician, Euphorbius, and actually used this the milky sap from these the poinsettias to cure fever.
Oh.
Okay, so so from that is actually Joel Poinsett. He was a U.S. ambassador to Mexico, and he brought this plant back to the United States and gave it to friends, gave it to botanic gardens, and he was actually a botanist. Okay, so that's why he selected this plant. It wasn't until the early 1900s that the Ecke family out in California started using this the poinsettias for cut flower production. So they're looking for really tall stems that they could use. And so during that time, they kind of developed the plants, but it wasn't really until about the 1960s that some early cultivars that came out was C1, Paul Mickelson, and Annette Hegg Red, and that gave it more of this more conducive for potted culture. So better branching of the poinsettias, better foliage from those, and also some of this color development on this.
And I imagine also a much more compact plant than what we had with these long stems.
Right, right. So from that's about the 1960s, and then so really the reds are probably the most popular cultivar. Probably 90% of the cells are in the reds. But about the 1990s, you started seeing more of this new colors coming out, other than just the reds. And I've got some of those in another greenhouse if you want to look at those.
Absolutely. Let's see what you have.
All right.
Well, Bruce, you have, as always, a lot of different cultivars here, but I know you have some new ones that we haven't really seen before, and you picked out a few of those. Tell me about some of these.
Yeah, so these are some of the trial poinsettias. The companies send me probably about 13 cuttings of about 10 or 13 new cultivars. So we have 3 different companies, and I've kind of pulled out some of those, a few plants with the color that we talked about before that aren't just the traditional reds.
Okay.
Okay, these are a couple of the ball horticulture cultivars that they sent. It's kind of got peach leaves to it, and this one over here has kind of got this pink leaves, kind of a light green appearance to those leaves.
This one I really enjoy the speckling in there that we see of the dark and lighter colors mixed in.
Yeah, so some people, may prefer a single solid color, but other people like this kind of a mix of colors. So you can also see here, this is some of the Ecke poinsettias as well. This is a Jubilee, Jingle Bells, and again it has that speckled foliage. Another one by Ecke that's new and it's experimental is this white one right here, and we can see that it's a little bit different than some of the other ones that you generally see is because of this oak-like leaf to it.
Yeah, and that's one of the characteristics that was selected for in the early breeding process as a potted plant as opposed to a cut flower, is that shape of the leaf.
Right, so that was about the 1950s and stuff. They came out with this oak-like leaf, and so it seems like they're kind of drifting back towards those. This is by Dunn. This is Infinity Marble.
Okay.
So it's kind of got this pink and yellow, or kind of a white leaf as well with it.
This one's a little late, but the color will come on a bit stronger as time progresses.
Right. And again, that's interesting because with each of these poinsettias, they've got early, mid, and late developing cultivars. So some of them that develop really early, this is just one that's developing a little bit later.
This one is a lot of fun. Really drew my attention out of all of the poinsettias in here. Tell me about that one.
That's premium ice crystal there, and yeah, that's a pretty nice looking one as well. Pretty compact and full plant, and then you can see it's kind of got the pink leaves with this kind of white washed out part in the middle of it.
Well, it's interesting to see so many different colors coming into the poinsettias. I'm a traditionalist, and I looked through and picked out my favorite. I really enjoy the oak leaf shape and also the red color. Unfortunately, this is also experimental, so it doesn't have a name. Maybe I'll have to send the breeders my suggestions.
Yeah, so again, we showed some of the different colors, but yeah, definitely reds. Again, that's, you know, very important for the market as well.
Well, Bruce, your class is going to be holding a poinsettia sale pretty soon. Give us the details on that.
It's always the first Thursday and Friday after Thanksgiving, so this year it's a little bit later, but it's going to be December 5th and 6th down at the Teaching Greenhouses, which is located on campus off Farm Road from 7:30 to 5:30.
All right, and it's a great fundraiser to help support the class, and of course, there's always a wonderful selection of plants.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you so much, Bruce.
Thanks for having me.